Welcome back for this week's Purposeful Living segment sponsored by Elder Care Solutions. I'm joined by the creator of Purposeful Living, Phil Pullman, with information on the importance of the power of attorney as we get older. Welcome, Phil. Tell us who you brought in today.
This is Madeline Stam, and she's from Stam Law Firm. And Stam Law Firm has been in business for 50 years. And it's family owned, so it's generational. And they really focus on attorney-client relationships. They handle matters directly, which is really important because they really care. And they look to build long-standing relationships with their clients. Their main practice is definitely estate planning, asset protection, and elder law. Now, just when you go to the doctors or you hear all these different, terms like healthcare proxy, POAs, living wills, you hear all these terms, but nobody really knows what exactly in depth these all are. So Madeline is going to share with us the in-depth information of a POA. What is a POA?
So a power of attorney is a document that you can execute in order to appoint an agent or multiple agents for you to do financial decisions. So it's only financial decisions where people do get mixed up about healthcare proxy, which is medical. So you can appoint an agent for you to make financial decisions, as in paying your bills, paying your taxes, collecting your income, anything that you can do financially with your accounts. That person will be able to do it for you as long as it's executed correctly, and we'll talk about that as well.
Yeah. Give us some tips on what power people should grant their agents and what limitations they should also include.
So the power of attorney is a New York State statutory form. So they all look a certain way and they all have certain options on them. We can change things in the modifications section of the power of attorney, but they all look the same as far as the New York State statutory language. The most important part of the power of attorney is that it is durable, which means that a durable power of attorney continues after you become incapacitated. So that's really the most important thing, is that we want to make sure it's a durable power of attorney, because that's the whole purpose of having a power of attorney, right? So your agent can pay your bills and taxes if you were to become incapacitated.
And what happens if someone doesn't have a power of attorney and they become incapacitated?
It's very important to make sure you execute a power of attorney while you still have capacity, because if you don't and something happens to you and you didn't execute a power of attorney and you didn't appoint an agent for you to make those financial decisions, then your spouse or your child or whoever is taking care of you will have to go through a legal guardianship proceeding with the court. And that is very expensive and takes a lot of time.
Are there any safeguards that people should put in place after they choose the right person for their agent?
So I think it's really important to make sure you are appointing somebody you trust, of course. This is a very important document. It's related to your finances. So there are certain powers that you can give your agents, and there are certain ways you can limit your agents and what they can do. It's really just tailored to what your needs are, your family situation, who you're appointing as your agent. So it's important to make sure that you execute it correctly.
Can you change them?
Yeah.
Can you change your point of attorney?
Yeah, of course. It is revocable. You can revoke and change your agent as long as you have capacity. So as long as you have legal capacity to sign legal documents, you can change at any time. But once after you become incapacitated, you're not able to change it. So that's why we make sure that you appoint the right agent.
Alrighty. Well, you've given us some great tips today. This can be a lot of information, but if you would like to learn more ways that the Stam Law Firm can help you choose your power of attorney, just visit their website, stamlaw.com. This Purposeful Living segment is sponsored by Elder Care Solutions. Thank you both so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.